Well, hello, listeners and fans of Sheepy, Weepy, Wimpy, Wompy, now known as the town called Meh. It's time for another adventure because it's Saturday and we've just finished high tea, as if many of the residents, talking humans and animals, and Sheepy, Weepy, Wimpy, Wompy, now called Meh. And this tale is a continuation of what happened last week. You might remember that Alphonse Ludicrius Hoppity Hoppit was appointed by the mayor, the Grand Cow, as the city planner because he was so intelligent and he'd figured out the problem with the jetpack, and the Grumpfatump had not ended up squashing people as he was flying around, and they got it solved with the auxiliary jets that he added. Alphonse Ludicrius, I mean. At any rate, so he was busy now as the city planner for the town of Meh. He'd been at the job for 2 weeks when he suddenly disappeared. No one could find him. He didn't show up for work one day, or the next day, or the day after. They wondered if he was ill, and they went to check on him, but none of the other rabbits, because he was a rabbit, remember, had found him or could find him, and the mayor was getting quite concerned because he was always on time, quite prompt, quite diligent. And they had no idea where he went, and then somebody discovered that the jetpack was missing. And they thought, oh my, maybe he tried it out and he's flown to the North Pole and not come back. But that was not the case. What had really happened was, guess who? Yes, you are right, Victor Vomit had heard about the jetpack, and he was fascinated by the story when he returned from overseas. He decided that maybe the best approach was to get a hold of the jetpack and the ribbit who could show him how to use it properly, and he could fly all over the world looking for property that he could buy to build homes and mansions for snobby rich people. So he actually showed up, he had his beeper show up one day, pretending to have an appointment with the Grand Cow, the mayor, before she got there, because Hoppity Hop was always early, and they grabbed him, and they threw him in the trunk of the limousine, and they drove off to Victor Vomit's office, and they put him in a cage. That's terrible. And Victor Vomit finally appeared and said, you must teach me how to use the jetpack, and then I will be able to see good property, including Meh, and be able to buy all of it, because I should own the whole world. And Hoppity Hop says, this person is crazy. He said, you must show me first of all how to use the jetpack. And if you don't, we will not feed you. Perhaps we'll turn you into stew. Well, he was so scared. He cried. He cried for most of the night, until he heard a sound. First, he thought maybe one of those nasty Victor Vomit people coming, but it wasn't. It's very soft, pitter-patter, quiet, quiet. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, there was a voice. Hey, open up. Be calm. Don't say a word. I'll get you out of this mess. And he heard a key turning. And he looked. And do you know what he saw? Do you know who he saw? It was the Tricksy Gnome. If you remember, the Tricksy Gnome had stayed behind in Victor Vomit's offices and actually made his way to his house and played tricks for the last few months on Victor Vomit, who was never able to figure out why things were missing or why things had moved around in his house or his office. It was a mystery, but he was not smart enough to think about a Tricksy Gnome, for he didn't believe in such a thing. And the Tricksy Gnome said, now, we will get you out of here. We just have to figure out where the jetpack is, and we could both, one of us could get it on, and the other could ride on his back, and we could take off and get out of here. And they were just chatting very quietly about that when they heard human footsteps approaching, and they heard Victor Vomit's cough. So the Tricksy Gnome vanished, as Tricksy Gnomes are able to do, and Hoppity Hop just got very quiet and thought, now, if I offer to help him, I'll at least be able to get my hands on the jetpack, and then we can fulfill our plan and escape this place. And that's where we're going to leave the story today. We'll see if they're successful next week, for they need to get away from Victor Vomit and return home to the town of Meh, formerly known as Sheepy, Weepy, Wimpy, Wompy. Plus, Hoppity Hop didn't want to lose his job. Remember, Alphonse Ludicrius Hoppity Hop was an excellent city planner, and the mayor didn't want to lose him either. We will see you next Saturday and I let you know what happened. For all you fans and followers, please remember to check my books out on my website, barrymbellingerauthor.com, as well as my YouTube channel and Facebook page, and lots of other places. If you just Google it, you will find Sheepy, Weepy, Wimpy, Wompy, I'm sure. And also, it'd be fun if we found out how many fans we had. So add your comments and your names to the list, and we'll see who's joining and how many fans we have. Maybe there's 0. Maybe there's a few. It could be fun. We will see you next Saturday. Take care, everyone.